Adventures in time and space, transcribed in future tense.
Dimension.
Can you predict what will come in 100 years? Or in 10? Or in the next minute? Can you see beyond the known dimensions of time and space into the unknown dimension X? Today we tell you a story of America's largest city, a story that began in the bustling city room of a New York metropolitan theater.
City desk. Sweeney?
Listen, Pop, give me a rewrite, quick.
I'll take it.
Okay, now look. I'm up on Riverside Drive, see?
So?
So, at 12:45 today, just 3 minutes ago, Grant's tomb disappeared.
It's what?
I'm telling you, it disappeared. It's gone.
Listen, Sweeney, get yourself to a Turkish bath. Sober up.
Pop, I swear, I'm sober as a judge. Listen to me, will you?
Just a minute. Albert,
What's up, Pop?
call the Honda's detective precinct. Find out if anything's been reported missing.
Like what?
Like Grant's tomb. Go on, make it snappy.
Okay, Pop.
All right, Sweeney, now give it to me slow. This better not be a gag.
No gag, Pop. Now get it down. The traffic at the drive was at its noon hour peak, and the benches and structure were filled with happy, laughing people. Then, without a warning, a rumble sounded in the alarm. Populace started with horrified...
Hold it, Sweeney. Well, Albert?
I don't get it. They say that Grant's tomb is gone.
Okay, call composing. Tell them to hold everything for an extra. Clear out page 1. Get going. Okay, Sweeney, now. The heck with the words. Give me the garbage. What happened?
Nobody knows. There are half a dozen police cars around here staring at the place where Grant's tomb was. I was about a block away. I heard screams. I came running. It was gone. Vanished.
How many dead?
Nobody knows if anybody is dead.
I'll find out.
How can I find out when everybody that was sitting on the steps and all disappeared?
What?
They're gone.
No bodies?
No tomb, Pop. No tomb.
Okay, you hope it back up there and get stories from some witnesses. Now call me back. Albert,
Yes, Pop.
get Columbia University on the phone. Get a statement.
Right.
Research.
Yes, sir.
Grab an encyclopedia, see if anything like this ever happened before. Hey, Walters.
Yeah, Pop.
Call the army. Find out about secret weapons. Hello, composing. This is Pop Adderby on the city desk. Start setting up an extra. I want to hit the street in 20 minutes. Second extra in an hour with pictures. Okay, what are you waiting for? Get them rolling.
Pop. Pop.
Oh, I'm busy, Albert.
Yes, sir. Pop. Mr. Colborne wants to see you. Pronto.
Tell him I'm busy.
Well, he says to come now.
Oh, of all the flat-headed publishers to saddle a newspaper with. Okay. Sweeney calls. Switch it to Colburn's office.
Okay, Pop.
Come in. Listen, Mr. Colburn, I'm very busy now. There's an extra on the rollers and...
I know. I just called composing and ordered them to stop it.
Stop it. Are you...
Adderby, you've been on the city desk of the Herald for 25 years now. Since when do you waste thousands of dollars on an April Fool issue?
April Fool. Listen, Grant's tomb is missing. Is that a story? Or am I dead from the neck up?
Did you check it?
Yes, and Sweeney...
How do you know it's true?
Well, if you...
What do you mean spreading cold terror all over town?
But Sweeney...
The devil with Sweeney. How do you know it isn't just a hallucination? Mass hypnotism, something like that.
Well, what if it is?
Adderby, if this is a farce, we'll be in Dutch, but good. Civil suits, criminal action. We're the only paper in town on the streets with an extra. The other editors don't believe this story for one instant.
It takes guts to run a paper.
Well, if that's what it takes, you've got too many. You took the authority for this without even trying to find me and get an okay.
Your father-in-law knew a story has to run while it's hot.
All right. You ran this while it was so hot, our first 10 papers drove the city into a panic. How do we know this whole thing isn't a big... Hello. Now there's Corborn. Yes, he's here. It what? Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine and dandy. You're fired.
What?
It's your star reporter, Mr. Sweeney. formerly of the Herald.
Formally? Give me that phone. Hello, Sweeney.
Pop,
Did you get the pictures? How are things up there?
Pop,
I'll need more witnesses.
Pop.
Hey, what?
It's back.
Fine. What did you say?
It's back. Grant's tomb is back. I'm sorry.
You're sorry. All right, golden boy. Now give it to me slow. Make it sound intelligent.
It just reappeared, that's all.
What about the people who were inside?
All back. Don't remember a thing. It's just like it never happened at all. It's a miracle.
Some miracle. We got an extra on the streets with 28 types screaming that Grant's tomb has vanished, and you calmly call me up to tell me that it's back.
But it was gone. I tell you, Pop.
Sweeney,
What?
do me a favor, will you?
Yeah, what?
Drop dead.
Well, that'll be.
Guess we run a attraction. Just doesn't make sense. 12 police cars saw it. We've got statements from witnesses.
I told you it was hysteria. Look at the man from Mars broadcast that Orson Welles did. 1,000 people will swear they saw the monsters.
Oh, I don't know. I'm all confused.
Well, let's look at it this way, Adderby. Maybe you've had enough.
Enough what?
You've been on the city desk 25 years now. That makes you, 55?
54. What are you driving at, Mr. Colby?
I mean, maybe you ought to retire.
Retire?
We need new people, new ideas. I've been thinking about it for some time now. With Social Security, you'd get...
About $20. Fine. Now, you listen. I brought this paper into the world, and it's going to take me out. I was on that city desk before you ever heard of a stick of type. Then you come along and marry a publisher's daughter.
That's enough.
I made a mistake, okay. Anybody can make a mistake. I still think there's something in this story. Sweeney's been around too long to blow one like this. Even when he's drunk, he's a better newspaper man than most.
I'm sorry. Effective today, you're relieved as city editor. Sanford will take over.
Sanford? Why, he's green as grass.
If you want to stay on in some minor job...
Such as...
Well, how about science editor?
Science editor.
You could have the office right next to mine. It'll pay the rent. Well?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. Been on the city desk so long.
Well, maybe it's too much excitement for a man your age.
Stop writing me off, will you? I'm sick. I'm 54. And a man at 54...
is no longer a boy.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I am losing my grip. Got to go somewhere and think it over.
All right, Adderby. Take your time.
I'll be across the street at Burley's bar if you need me. I'll let you know before the bulldog hits the streets. Burley! Innkeeper!
Yeah, Pop, yeah?
More poison.
Haven't you had enough, Pop?
Yeah, this is a solemn occasion, Burley. Pour the hemlock.
What's the occasion, Pop?
I am now a husband.
No.
Yeah, reduced. Humiliated.
You, Pop? Never.
Meet the new science editor of the Sunday Supplement, me. Know as much about science as J.P. Morgan knows about sharecropping.
What happened? Who did it?
You familiar with a reporter named Aloysius John Sweeney?
Huh?
Former friend and drinking companion of mine?
Sweeney got you busted?
The same.
Whoa.
If that gentleman should ever, by some misforgotten chance, thrust his head into this bar, Burley, my friend, I personally, with these two bare hands...
Hey, Pop! Pop!
Uh-oh.
Hey, Pop, it's me.
I shall control my homicidal instinct.
Listen, Pop, I just came down from Riverside Drive.
Very daring move, Sweeney.
I brought a guy with me.
It won't help, Sweeney.
Pop, you don't understand. I found a little guy in a swallowtail coat who watched this whole thing happen. Pop. Burley, quiet! Quiet, everybody! Quiet, will you?
How do you do? Gentlemen, I can assure you my small stature belies the magnitude of my abilities.
What did you bring him for, Sweeney?
He's a genius, Pop, a full-time genius.
You betrayed me once, Sweeney. Isn't that enough? Take your little man away and don't bother me.
Your friend isn't very polite, Mr. Sweeney. Perhaps one day he will learn that even the most insignificant man has a sense of dignity and personal worth.
I apologize, Professor. I'm not so at you. It's your tomato-headed friend here. Sweeney, I ought to kill you. I ought to strangle you with my bare hands. I ought to have you run through a rotary press at low speed. Those things are too good for you.
But, Pop, look, I'm trying to tell you, the story ain't phony. It happened. Mr. Pertwee, Hannibal, tell him about it.
Gladly. My contribution has been awaiting worldwide recognition for many years now. Unfortunately, there are some who insist I am insane.
Fancy that.
Yes. Being small of stature, as you can see, I chose to nurse my resentment rather than to take positive measures. However, I feel now the world is ready to come to terms with Hannibal Pertwee.
Can you or can you not explain this Grant's tomb business?
Naturally. It can all be explained quite simply in terms of the Pertwee system of infinite acceleration and transportational facilitation as applied to freightage. I've been trying to sell it to the railroads for 10 years.
Didn't I tell you he was a genius, Pop?
Burley, the check.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Pop. Give him a chance. Show him the trains, Hannibal.
Oh, yes, the trains. If you gentlemen will gather around the suitcase.
Come on, I want you to see that. I'm telling you.
All right.
Come on.
Hey, look.
As you can see, I have in this suitcase a complete model railroad reduced to the size of a cigar box. Observe. That's enough, I think.
They run. Just like real trains.
Sweeney, not content with ruining my life, losing me my job, driving me to alcohol, you're now trying to drive me out of my mind with an obvious madman who builds model railroads. Here's the money, Burley. Keep the change.
Oh, but, Pop, look.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Pop, you're not even giving him a chance.
Out of my way.
Listen, Pop,
Out
please.
of my way.
It's always the same. They won't listen to me.
Oh, I guess Pop is losing his grip.
I hate them.
No, don't take it so hard, Hannibal. Maybe it was all a hallucination.
The Pertwee theory is not an hallucination.
Sure. Well, it was a good try anyway. I guess I'll go back to the office and pick up my stuff.
But I'll show them. Someday they'll listen.
Sure. You'll show them, Hannibal. Hey, Burley, fix Professor Pertwee here with a double scotch. Go ahead, make it a triple.
The newest use of the isotope will enable medical experts to trace with accuracy the growth of Oh, nuts. Maybe it's better to be unemployed. Science editor speaking.
Pop?
Yeah.
Sweeney, listen, I got a story.
I thought Colburn canned you.
Heck, you can't fire me. Listen, you know Burley's bar?
Does DiMaggio know Yankee Stadium? What about Burley's bar?
It's gone.
Oh, sweet.
On the level, Pop, just a few seconds ago. Take a look at the window.
Sweeney, I warn
Take a
you.
look, take a look.
Okay, Sweeney, hang on. Albert,
Yes, Pop?
do me a favor. Stick your head out of that window and tell me if anything unusual is going on at Burley's Corner.
Okay, Pop.
Holy jumping catfish!
Huh?
It's gone. Come here and look.
Well, I'll be a monkey. Where's Colburn?
He went to a polo match out on Long Island.
Who's on the city desk?
Young Stan?
Come on.
City desk, separate. Okay, I'll give it to rewrite. Just a second. City desk. What? Are you nuts? What? Everybody listen to this, will you? It's Martinson down at 34th Street. He says the Empire State Building has disappeared. Can you feature that?
What are you going to do about it?
Do? Am I supposed to do something? He's gone nuts.
Give me that phone.
Hey, let's
Give me that phone. Hello, Marty. This is Pop.
Pop, what are you doing on the desk?
Never mind what happened.
Well, I'm down at the precinct. 5 minutes says. What's gone, they say? The Empire State, he says. Well, I figure I better call.
Okay, get down there and get the details. In case you need to convince a Burley's bar went just before you call.
Holy mackerel, what a catastrophe that is. Okay, Pop, I'll call you.
Look at the skyline. The Empire State isn't there.
No. Don't get panicky. Don't get panicky. It may come back just like Grant's tomb.
Okay, Pop. You'll take over, won't you? I'm kind of shaky.
Will I? I'll show you fledglings how to run a newspaper together. Wallace?
Yep.
Get a camera down to Empire State.
Right. What a story.
Call the mayor, Albert. Tell him ask what he intends to do.
Check.
Where's the research department?
Right here, sir. Columbia University says it's mass hypnotism.
Tell him to... No, dress it up and shoot it down.
Yes, sir.
Research! Wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
Find out how many people are usually in the Empire State.
Yes, sir.
No, don't try to call the Empire State to find out.
No?
No, it isn't there. City desk. Shoot.
Walter, listen. I'm dead sober, see?
Yeah, the garbage, Frankie, the garbage.
Remember, I'm sober. S is in sober, O is in sober.
Come on, what happened?
Help me, Pop. Penn Station just disappeared. Vanished. Thin air.
Jumping turtles. The people too?
People trained the works. I'm telling you, there's a hole a block wide. I was lucky I was only a block away.
You saw it?
Eyewitness.
Oh, bless you, my boy, talk.
There was a rumble, see? A kind of electrical hum in the air. And all of a sudden, the station seemed to cave in on itself. Wango. Nothing.
Any statement?
No, but you ought to see the hole.
Oh, get statements, flathead. Where are you now?
I'm over at the post office, right across the street from that.
Hello, Frankie. Frankie, operator.
Pop, we got a flash. The United States Post Office just went. The whole darn city is going piece by piece.
Don't lose your head, Albert. Hello.
This is the composing room about that Empire State Building story.
Well, it's old news. We've just lost Penn Station and the post office. Get out a new banner head. New York City vanishing.
What about copy?
You don't need copy for a story like this. Tell that linotype operators to use their imagination. Albert!
Pop?
Anything else missing? Chrysler building, maybe?
Nothing yet, Pop.
Oh. Anything reappeared yet?
No word on anything.
Maybe things are stabilizing. Call composing. Tell them to start rolling.
Right, Pop.
And find Sweeney. Telephone from downstairs a while ago. I forgot all about him. Tell him he's hired again. I'll print any statement that isn't immoral.
Uh-oh, Pop. Here comes Mr. Trouble.
Oh, now, take it easy, Colburn.
B, what are you doing at the city desk? Where's Sanborn? What's going on here anyway? Has everyone gone out of his mind?
Listen, the Empire State, the Penn Station, and the post office have all been missing for almost 5 minutes.
Get away from that desk, you. Drop that telephone.
Listen.
I don't care if Washington, D.C. has been bombed by the Martians. I want you out of this office in 2 minutes. Albert, cast those extras. Pop, you get out, you're fired.
Oh, you're not being reasonable.
I'm not interested in the other papers. Just get out of here before I go stark raving mad.
Hey, Pop.
Oh, hello, Sweeney. Where have you been?
I've been trying to make up my mind whether to come up or not. When you left me hanging on the phone, I thought you was insulting me. Hey, how come you weren't on the desk?
Oh, I'm canned.
Are you kidding?
Oh, it's been coming. I really had the place jumping. You should have seen me, Sweeney. It was like the San Francisco earthquake. Oh, I need a drink. How about... keep forgetting. Isn't any Burleys anymore?
No. Just a big hole in the ground.
Let's walk over. I want to browse around.
Oh, Pop, there's nothing to see.
Well, let's take a snoop anyway. Just for old time's sake.
Well, okay, Pop, let's cross. We got the light.
Well, will you look at that? Who'd ever thought that less than 10 minutes ago there was a building here?
Yeah.
Let's climb down and have a look, Sweeney.
Well,
What for, Pop? It's getting dark, you know. We'll break our necks.
Sweeney, where's your old reporter spirit? Come on.
Well, okay, but I don't see what you expect to...
My ankle.
Easy, easy.
Clean as a bone.
Well, let's walk around a bit. See anything?
No, just rocks, pieces of the foundation. I'll bet you that... Pop, wait a minute.
What?
Will you look at this? So small, I almost missed it.
I'll be a son of a perfect scale model of Burley's. Less than 4 inches tall.
What do you suppose this is doing here?
I don't know.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Wait, wait.
What are you doing down here?
I'm looking for my model. Thank you for finding it.
Oh, this is yours, is it?
Certainly. Now, if you'll be kind enough to hand it to me, I'll just put it back in my suitcase.
You better give it to him, Pop.
All right.
Thank you. There we are. Thank you, gentlemen.
I thought you just went in for model trains.
I have always been preoccupied with tiny things, but lately I've been branching out. Well, I really must be going. Thank you very much.
He's as loony as a bat. The geniuses are all crazy. I read it in a book.
Sweeney, you get a look in that suitcase.
Hmm? Sure, I seen it when he opened it in the bar this morning.
I mean just now.
Oh, why?
This morning when he opened his suitcase, he had a little round tube and a set of model trains in it. Nothing else.
So?
This time he had 3 other models.
So what?
Nothing. Except they happen to be models of the Empire State, Penn Station, and the United States Post Office.
There he goes down the block, Pop.
Wait, come back here.
He's starting to run.
Here's a cab. Come on.
What to, Mac?
Catch up with that little guy running down on the block. Make it fast.
Okay, Mac.
There he is. Hold it, cabby, hold it. Come on, Sweeney.
Hey, how about my toe? Hey, you bum!
Stop, gentlemen. Stop, I warn you.
Hey, Pop. He's got that little tube out of his suitcase. He's pointing.
Grab him, Sweeney.
All right, give me that thing.
Let go my arm.
Give it to me. There.
I warn you.
Never mind the warnings. Just you come along with us. We're going to have a little talk. Take him up to the office, Sweeney.
Sure. Pop.
What?
Where's the taxi?
What?
The taxi.
If you look at the curb, you'll find your taxi.
Jumping saints. Pop, look at it.
Now, gentlemen, perhaps the world will believe in the validity of the Pertwee system of infinite acceleration.
All right, Hannibal, now you start talking.
I won't.
Hold his hand, Sweeney.
That's a pleasure.
Well, Hannibal?
Let me out of this office.
Talk.
Never.
Sweeney, where's the tube?
Right here, Pop.
Now, Hannibal, I give you 5 seconds to talk. After which I'm turning this tube on you for a taste of your own medicine. Now, think it over. 1, 2,
No.
3,
I hate them. Why should I save them?
4.
All right. Put it away, please.
That's better. Now, how did you do it?
Many years ago, Einstein posed the theory that if an object were sufficiently accelerated, it would gradually flatten out and eventually disappear altogether. Working on this approach, I evolved a method of accelerating the atoms within the molecules, setting an object spinning in 4 rather than 3 dimensions. For many years, I tried to sell my idea to the railroad for condensing freight and storage.
And you start the thing spinning with this little tube?
The tube sends out a whirling ring of electrons which engulf the object.
Why did you turn it on those buildings?
I was driven to it. Only something dramatic could shock the world into realizing my greatness.
But you'll restore them. You brought back Grant's tomb.
I can restore them, yes.
Not can, Hannibal. Will.
On one condition.
Well?
That your paper give me full credit for my scientific achievement. Front page, pictures, a complete story.
It's a deal.
Wait a minute, Pop. We don't even work for this paper anymore, remember?
We'll take care of that little matter, Sweeney. Mr. Coleman, this is Pop Atterby. You've just rehired me. Now, if you'd care to step down the hall into my new office, I think I can show you something make your hair stand on end. I have 3 missing buildings in my desk drawer.
Well?
He's on fire. Says he's coming down here to have me committed to an institution.
Fine.
All right, Atterby. All right. What's going on here? I fired you. I ordered you off these premises. If this is a joke,
Well, Mr. Coleman, you see these models?
What about them?
What would you say if I were to tell you that these 5-inch models are actually the Empire State, Penn Station, the United States Post Office, and Burley's Bar, and a taxicab, all compressed 500 times, that there are people in them so tiny they can't see them, that even time is so compressed inside these buildings that movement is impossible.
This is insanity. Who is this man? I
Sit
don't...
down, Coleman. The show hasn't even started yet. Sweeney, put the taxicab out in the middle of the floor.
Okay, Pop.
Now, stand back. Hannibal, here's the tube. Now, do your stuff.
Stand back. Now.
Good Lord. I don't believe it. It's getting bigger.
I reversed the polarity of the spin very gradually.
What's the idea, blocking traffic, you lousy bum? Hey, where am I? Hey, what happened? How did my cab get in this office?
Take it easy, George.
What is this? Who are you? Hey, ain't you the fare that skipped out on me? Hey, what is this, a bug house?
Well, Mr. Coleman?
I don't understand.
But you do believe.
Well, yes, I saw it right before my eyes.
Okay, well, then here's the deal. You give our boy Hannibal a front-page spread with pictures. He'll take these other buildings back to the original sites and restore them just like they were, with our cameras getting exclusive shots. Now, is it a bargain?
Is it a bargain? I may not be the best newspaper man in the world, but this is the biggest thing since Noah's Ark. You're rehired as city editor at your old salary.
My old salary?
All right, plus a 500 bonus.
It's a deal. Sweeney, call composing. Tell them to double the size of the front page. Have them hold it for a red banner full-page headline. Got that?
Right.
Hello, Albert. This is Pop. Listen, I want all photographers up in my office right away. Call research. Tell that girl to have Columbia send a battery of big shots over to the former site of Penn Station. Copy,
Hey, Mac.
Copy, boy!
Hey, Mac.
I'm busy, George. Sweeney, what's the word?
We messed up.
All right. What is it?
All I want to know is, how do I get my hack out of this office?
You have just heard another adventure in time, space, and the unknown world of the future. The world of... Dimension X. How would you like to leave your home and friends for a trip that might last for 10 years or forever? You'll hear all about it on Dimension X next week when we present Shanghai.
Today, Dimension X has presented The Professor Was a Thief, an adaptation by George Lefferts of a story by L. Ron Hubbard. Featured in the cast were Arthur Maitland as Pop, John Larkin as Sweeney, and John Gibson as the Professor. Your host was Norman Rose. Music by Bert Berman, engineer Bill Chambers. Dimension X is produced by William Welch and directed by Edward King. Three chimes mean good times on NBC. Tonight is the time for the premiere of NBC's gigantic Sunday night broadcast, The Big Show. Every Sunday evening, starting tonight, you'll hear an hour and a half of the greatest stars in radio. Performers like Fred Allen, Jimmy Durante, Ethel Merman, Frankie Lane, Meredith Wilson, and many, many more.
Check, testing. Fuck it. Let's do this shit. Totally. No, really, I'm here. Buenos dias, weirdos. I'm doing one of my daughter's cereal bars, or granola bars. It's really nutty. It's a lot of chewing. My goodness. Coffee. Good morning, everyone. How are you? I'm totally fantastic, man. Spectacular. I'm spectacular this morning. Thank you for showing up here in California. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
What the hell is this guy talking about, shithead?
Yeah, I just want to say, please.
Hey, Marge, he's messing up again. Leave him alone, Harry. He thinks he's Arnie.
Yeah, I am the man. I am the governor. Please to be hearing me now and thinking about me later. I got too much sleep yesterday. After the show yesterday, I hung out with my wife for a little while. We had breakfast, and then I crashed and burned. I crashed and burned, man. I went down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Totally. I'll be your number one with a bullet. A loaded guard complex, cock it and pull it. Totally. I'm still vibing off of the weekend, hanging out with my daughter, doing the whole fangasm thing, you know. Totally cool. I have a new fangasm. Vienna. Totally. Vienna. If you have not heard of Vienna, do so. Clandestine Records has signed Vienna. Jay is the coolest fucking dude in the world. The coolest fucking music in the world. Yeah. The nicest smile in the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Total fangasm here. Hi, jeez, I need to wipe.
Totally, man. Fucking totally, dude. Hey, wow, man. What's going on in here, man? What's happening? What's going on?
Not a damn thing. Shut the hell up, you freak. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Jeez Louise. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh.
I'm going to do some more bong hits because that's what I do in the morning. By noon, I'll be out. Go on. Totally did. Let's see, my wife and our wedding anniversary was yesterday. We did absolutely nothing, as usual. We're not real into celebrating that kind of stuff. On occasion, we will do. In fact, last night I told my wife, "Well, what do you want to do for dinner? Do you want to do something special?" She said, "I don't know." I said, "Well, you guys were just talking about doing garlic shrimp over like Alfredo pasta stuff. Why don't we do that again?" She said, "Oh, okay." Because she likes the camarones. So she likes the shrimp. She likes them little buggers. I could take them or leave them. But she likes them, so I thought, well, okay, well, let's do that. Nope. I slept until about 4 yesterday. 4 or 5. Yeah, about that. And we couldn't figure out exactly what each of us... My daughter's like, well, I want to have leftover chicken from the other night. I'm like, well, I don't really care what I eat because I'm just kind of out of... Maybe I'll just have a bean and cheese burrito. So we had no beans. So we had to go out and get beans. And I'm like, well, I need to take a trip to the Indian reservation and get some pot. So we all jumped in the car and took off. My wife drove, thankfully, because I was so fucking screwed over yesterday. My body physically. I had been stretching out the last of my dubage here to kind of spread out over like 3 days. And it's like one full little container in here. It's not much, a couple of grams at the most. And so I spread it out. Didn't really work because I'm used to killing a certain amount of pain every day, and I wasn't able to do that. So by the time I woke up yesterday evening, all of the medication had worn off, and by that I mean marijuana, and the pain had caught up with me big time. So I sat in here and moaned for a little while, and it's like, okay, who's going with me? Who's driving? And we took off, went to the res. I got a great deal. The guy gave me a little Christmas discount, and I got a good old little satchel full of Choco there. Good stuff. It's killing me, but it's keeping me alive too. I love it. So we did that and came back, and my wife made me a burrito, and my daughter had her leftover chicken. I think my daughter had my wife had a bowl of cereal for dinner. Yeah, we're not into fancy pants, traditional, that kind of stuff. We're pretty mellow. So I gotta eat this thing lest I keep getting more stomach pains. A lot of nuts though. And I notice a lot of oats and sesame seeds, too. I could do without so much chocolate. She likes chocolate. I totally taste those sesame seeds. Not sesame. Sunflower seeds. That's what they are. Did you get that? So, the last 2 days, I've done absolutely nothing on my channel, which is okay because I'm a month ahead. But I need to get back onto it because I need to be 2 or 2.5 months ahead. My headphones on. I gotta go see if I got a dog situation. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. No, really. Yeah, Sammy, good morning. How are you? How are you, buddy? You bring your blanket here with you? Huh? Huh? You want to sit up here with me here? Let me get your bed. Wait. Yes, I can hear you. Here's your bed. Here's your bed. Come on. Come on, up. Up. There we go, buddy. There you go. There you go. Can you see him? Oh, he's right here. He's right here, tucked into his little chair, under his blanket. What a good boy. All right, you go back to bed. Stay there. Stay there. Good girl. All right. Well, anyways, orale, así, what's up, boss? Okay, like, so totally for sure, Old Time Radio Wednesday. It doesn't just mean old time radio shows. It actually means old time radio, like KMET, right? Old time radio, old time music. Go lay down. Go to your bed. Go lay down. Go to your bed. This dog just drives me crazy in the morning. She just tic-tacs around. Come on. Come on. Come on. Into your cama. Mira tu cama. Mira tu cama. Ven. Ven. Mira tu cama. Oy. Even in Espanol, she's annoying. All right. I gotta see what she wants to do. Right back. Okay, she's outside now, which means, I got about 2 to 5 minutes here before I gotta get up again. Oy. The morning time blues. Yeah, Old Time Radio Wednesday. I think I am going to be cranking on the record player and the CD player. I am going to, since I don't have an actual CD deck, right? The actual unit. I should find one. But what I'll do is I'll use my my CD player writer that I USB into my computer, and then just Bluetooth my computer into the stereo. And then that way I can listen to CDs. I had been using a portable CD player piped into this thing, but it didn't have an adapter for the power, so I had to use battery, and it just didn't keep up, right? It was like, batteries are just a little too low, and now it's acting funny, kind of a thing. So I just stopped using it. But I've got this CD player writer
that I've had for 20 years. And it literally still kicks ass. And I still use it to write DVDs. I just wrote about 6 discs of educational films that I took all of the raw educational films and just threw all the files onto a DVD, which is great because then I was able to erase those from my computer since I had already taken those and turned them into YouTube-worthy videos from the raw files. I saved those onto the hard drive, burned the raw files onto disk, and then deleted the raw files. So there you go, saving some space there. Yeah. So what's going on this morning? Looks like I dropped a couple of frames at some point. What the hell was that about?
I don't know, dude. It's like, it just started freaking out, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, a bong hit. How the hell did that happen? Back in my day, we used to call it hump day. Hump day. Of course, it's probably not politically correct to talk about. It's not a sex day. You can't say hump day.
It's a day of healing and masturbation.
I don't fucking know. It's fucking Wednesday. It's hump day. Why the hell do you call it a hump day? Because that's the day we hump. Obviously. Come on, every school-age kid knows what hump day is. Right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's the hump day. Wednesday is the hump day. Right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Humpity hump. Humpty hump. You remember Humpty Hump? The fake nose. Was it a fake nose? I don't know. Oh yeah, baby, this is Humpty Hump. Oh, pardon my coughing. It's this new weed. It's a hybrid. Snow caps. It's not telling me what kind of hybrid it is. It is a hybrid. THC is only 23%. CBD. Two milligrams. But it doesn't tell me what the blend is. So, it's poison, that's what it is. Don't smoke, children. Smoking bad. Eating edibles, doing that kind of stuff. So far, that's just fine. It treats your body differently, treats your mind differently than smoking it. So I'm used to smoking. I've been smoking since I was 15 years old. So I'm used to a certain reaction from my body and my head, right? And I don't get the same reaction from edibles. So it's hard for me to enjoy edibles, right? I enjoy smoking because of the reaction that my body gives me, my body and my mind. So that's, that's it. That's there. Did I smoke on Monday? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Well, Monday morning for sure, because I did my show. And I did my bong hits, and I ate a couple of edibles, and then I tried to lay down. Maybe it was the edibles, but my mind just would not shut down, and I just sat there and binge watched a bunch of stupid shit. So I didn't get much of a nap before we left Monday. Not much at all. But I had a shower, and it was okay. the ride was really good. We had a great ride out there, 2.5 hours. We left town at 4, and we got there at 6:30 exactly. So it was a good trip. We got perfect parking. Once we got there, I had a couple of hits in the car before we got out and got in line, and then I had a couple of hits when we were there. I snuck off to the bathroom and did a little couple of hits in the Johnny. And then that was it until we got home. There she is. And then I only had a couple of hits left, and I just kind of saved that for the next day. But by the next day, I was whoosh, I was wiped. I'll be right back. Let me get that big dog.
Toma tu agua.
Yeah, but I'm still totally pumped over Vienna. Fucking wow. Hi, bud. What's going on? You want to get up? Hi, sweetheart. You are such a good boy. Boy. Let's see what he wants to do. He wants a little water, I bet. He wants to get back in bed with somebody. That's what he wants to do. Oh, he wants to go outside. Be right back. I know. Go ahead. Come in your bed. Come on. Come lie down. Come on, Bessie. Come on. Come on, Bessie. You want to get on the couch? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? You always want to do something, huh? Huh, big face. Big face Bessie's always wanting something special. Because she's special. Okay, Bessie. Here you go. There you go. There you go. Come on, Bessie. Scratching that big face of yours, huh? Come here. Come on. Come on over here. I know you like the couch because everybody else gets on the couch, so why can't you? I know. She likes to do what the other dogs do. If she doesn't do what the other dogs do, then she feels left out. And I understand that. I totally get it. She's big. She's different. She doesn't get to sit in laps. You know, she doesn't get to do a lot of stuff that the little dogs do. Go out in and out the little doggy door. You know, the house is kind of built for little dogs. Everything here is built for little dogs. So she feels a little lopsided sometimes. She was playing with Sam last night because Sam is the one that'll really play with her. And like she's a little dog. And they were just, she just opens her mouth and goes, and just kind of does that because she's afraid to hurt him. She stays down on all fours, real low, tries to stay at his level. Just kind of lifts a paw every once in a while and reaches out and swats him real slow, or opens her mouth and goes at him, but she never bites down, you know, she just opens her mouth. She knows she's big. Big girl. Hi. Big Bessie. Such a good girl. She's a big baby girl. She's a big baby girl. You can see the tension in her forehead. She gets this really tight scowl when she's confused or upset or emotional or in pain. So I talk to her like that, and you can totally see the scowl on her face relax, and she gets a smooth forehead. It's a big baby girl, yeah. And her ears relax, and her eyes relax. So she gets the most baby talk out of me, just because she seems to need it more than the others. But you got to treat all of your dogs differently, because they're different. They're like your kids. You can't treat your kids the same. You got to treat each kid individually different, and each kid has to understand why they're treated different, because everyone is different. And if you explain that to your kids so that they understand that everyone is different, people are not the same, then they get it when this kid gets something different than this kid, and then they understand why. Because, well, he's not the same as me. I don't want the stuff that he does. I want the stuff that I do. And if I get jealous over the stuff that he does, then what's that going to do for the stuff that I want, right? There you go. So same thing with your dogs. Treat them all differently. The same but different. They get treated equally, the same. They each get the same amount of treats and stuff, just like your kids. You're not going to feed your kids differently. Well, you don't get as much because you're bigger and you don't need to eat too much. Well, you don't do that, But you definitely try to treat them as fair as possible while treating them different, because they're different. And the dogs kind of understand this to an extent. Sam gets really jealous when you give attention to the other guys. And they all kind of do to an extent. But I try to let them know that it's okay. They each get equal time. They each get equal treatment. All one has to do is come up and just present themselves to you, and they get attention, right? Why not, Why freaking not? I love my dogs. And they're all special in their own little way. They're all unique. Yeah. You can see the blanket down here moving a little bit. He loves to groom. He just sits there and he'll just lick a foot, or he likes to lick the other dogs. And Tootsie especially loves it, because she's the eldest. She's the smoothest. She's the softest. She's got the shortest hair, but mainly because she's retired. She's the oldest. She's the elder dog. So Sam really gives her the treatment. I mean, he'll sit there and he'll lick her whole face. He'll clean her entire face, her ears, and then he'll work on her body. He loves, because she's got so little hair on her underside that she'll just lay there and flip back with her eyes closed and her tongue hanging out, while he just sits there and like a lick on one spot by her arm on her chest, right? Because it's such a soft spot, and he just digs it, and she just loves it. She gets all this special treatment. So she especially feels really special and really matriarchal. She's the one, and they all know it, and they all go to her. She brings them food. She'll get a big scoop of mouth in her little tiny Chihuahua dachshund mouth, and bring it over and pour it on the carpet, and then I'll sit there and eat from her little pile. And then she'll go over and she'll punch one of them and spin around in circles and run off and get another scoop and come back. She's really funny. Really funny. They're all unique. So I encourage that. I don't try to make them all fit into, the same slot as the other. So that allows them to be different and be themselves. And boy, are they different. Each one is completely different, has their own unique personality.
Yeah.
Vienna, Vienna. Totally, totally. So I have to work on a video time machine for Friday, and I have to also continue working on uploads. So I think what I'm going to do this morning yeah, and I'm doing the 27th to the 31st, so I'm doing the last week of January. So if I get that one done by the end of the week, because of the weekly program guide I've got to do and upload, and then the video time machine I'm going to upload and do and edit and all that, I'm hoping that I get the end of this month done, or the end of January done by the end of this week, by Friday, and then, I hate that commercial, that little voice annoys me, and then I've got, 4 weeks of February to deal with. And that leaves me over a week to do it. About a week. Yeah. So I should be able to knock that out. Because by the end of this month, I'm done live for at least 2 or 3 weeks, at least. And that's if I can get some teeth in my head by then. So we'll see. Something that I just want to get done and over with. Move on. It's going to be rough enough. I just want to get through it. Just get into it, get over it, be done. Right? Right. Yeah. Pain's going to be pretty bad. Those edibles don't. I'm going to have to switch to indica, but so far they don't do much to me more than make me kind of relaxed. And maybe that's enough, I don't know. But, I mean, I'm probably going to be doing edibles for about a week or two. And then I can make a decision. If doing the edibles for a week or two actually I am able to acclimatize my body, get used to it, then who knows? Maybe I'll be done smoking. Probably not. Old habits. You know, old freaking habits. Oh my God, did I drop? Yep, I did. So, who knows? I'm not going to plan it one way or the other. I'm going to just plan to be ready to go in either direction. Whatever I feel like. If I am over smoking, so be it. If not, so be it. I don't care. Either way. It would be nice to get a little bit more mileage out of this old body. And if stopping smoking does that, well then, so be it. Maybe I can pull it off. But, you know, old habits. They die hard. Yeah. Anyways, what are you gonna do about it? I'm nothing. That's what. There, George.
What are you gonna do there, George?
Right. I don't know. Poke around here on the out. Something. Whoa. Move this out of the way here. Hey. Right. Totally. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Totally, man. It's crazy stuff. Abso-friggin-lutely. Okay, so it's not going to bloody well happen. Yeah. Oh, I better warm this up. It's getting a little Luke. It's getting a bit Luke. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah, eventually I'll put some stuff up on that wall there. But there's nothing there now. I keep collecting pictures, though. I've got some great photos collected. I've probably got a dozen photos I can put up on that wall there of me with friends and family and local talent and celebrities and all kinds of stuff. So I'm kind of jazzed about that. My daughter's been helping me print stuff out and get stuff ready, as well as helping me get signatures. So that's pretty damn cool. So I'm excited about that. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. When I get real excited, my vocabulary becomes very limited, and it usually happens when I'm confronted with somebody that gets me a little flustered, and then I'm just a fumbling, bumbling doofus. What are you gonna do, eh? What are you gonna do? Eat some of this granola bar cereal thingy. Oh, man. I'm going to have to eat better today. I'm just looking at my schedule for programming, and it looks like there's a lot I can do over here this morning and upload while I'm over here putting together the content for the video time machine this week, which is very cool because it'll save me some time. I don't do the video time machine on that computer because there's not enough room to edit. The only thing I can do over there are just old time radio shows, short stuff with not much data inside. That's a bummer, but eventually I'll be able to upgrade to something a little better, I don't know, or strip that computer there of all of its memory and reboot it to factory and start over again. And then only use the external hard drive for storage.
So there's that. Ah, that's hot. Sweet and hot. Once I'm back to normal, you know, my voice with my new mouth and everything, once I'm able to navigate that, I'm going to be coming back with another season of Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia. And those are going to be 2-hour shows on Friday night. I will probably bump the video time machine either to 8 o'clock on Fridays or move it to another night at 5 o'clock. I'd like to keep my real original programming stuff. I would like to keep those shows popping on at 5 and 5. 5 in the morning doing the morning show. 5 in the evening with Minecrafting on Monday, and Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia on Fridays. The video time machine I may do on Tuesdays because it's Television Tuesdays. I might just bump it to 8 o'clock on Fridays because that's prime time. So there you go. Once I get a calendar, I'm also going to use a whiteboard and come up with what I'd like to do is I'd like to get a metal whiteboard that I can put magnets on as well as write on it, you know. So a magnet whiteboard is what I need. I can make one, right? But I'm going to have to see if I can find a small one, you know, a couple of feet, something that I can write all of my shows, or excuse me, write all of the days of the week and the time slots, and then put on little magnetic strips, or if I have to, on little pieces of tape or something, or little boards, and then tape them on there so that I can rearrange stuff and know exactly what's going on, because I'll have to drop an old-time radio show because it's just run its course and there's no shows left. I have to put a new one in its spot. Moving the video time machine from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock or 5 o'clock on another day, adding in new shows, trying them out, moving them around. My friend said that he equated me to being like an old-time TV mogul, right? Like Ted Turner. And that sounds kind of fun. It sounds kind of fun to come up with different things for my channel, you know, to go into different slots, into different places. I would love if I could get one person out there in the world to send me videos that I could use to create a weekly program out of, right? Here's what happened this week with that person, or the misadventures of so-and-so, whatever. I mean, that would be fantastic. Every week I get a little package of, a little zipped package of video, you know, little short videos that I take and edit together into a program. That would be pretty cool. It's like each week we'd be uploading 3 weeks ago while I'm working on the video, finishing off the video for this upcoming week and getting in and organizing the video from this week, right? And then just try to pump out an episode every week. And if I can get, especially for musicians, if I could get original video and music once a week, that would be pretty cool, you know. And since I'm not monetized, I'm not making any money off of this, I don't have a whole lot of subscribers. It's mainly just for people to enjoy, right? It's not wrapped up in bullshit. It's just, hey, here's a video, check it out, have fun with it, share it. That's it. It doesn't go any further than that. It's not like, hey, I need to capitalize off of this. I need to cash in. It's not like that, So that makes it more fun. It keeps it real. Now, if it's for another artist and they want to use it to help them capitalize on whatever it is they're doing, yeah, fucking A. I can totally dig that. I just want to be able to share it on my channel. That's it. That's my requirements, is that if I help in any way create it, I want it to go on my channel. That's it. That's all. Totally. And the thing is that you're not running reruns of stuff that you already, sometimes you can, I guess, run reruns of stuff that you've already uploaded. But for the most part, you've got to come up with something new and different every week, every day that you're uploading. You've got to come up with something. Since I'm using a lot of borrowed content, stuff that I do not own copyright on, I can actually get away with uploading like 3 items a day, right? Still stuff that premieres 3 times a day, and that's okay, right? There's a lot of people that just do live stuff. They just punch a button on a robo player, and it just constantly pumps out videos and captions and stuff all day onto their website. And I don't know. If it's just content without context, right? And the context of this show is that it's being uploaded for discussion, so that we can talk about it and understand it, get the historical value out of it as well. So that's where I differ from those channels that are monetized or are looking for patrons to help move their channel along. I don't give a shit one way or the other. This is for posterity, pretty much. That's it. Historical purposes. I ain't looking to get rich off of this. If it helps somebody else achieve goals and move forward, then I'm all for that, and let me help however I can. But, for the most part, I'm just here to have fun and kind of leave a daily log and leave messages and explore things that have kind of made me who I am. Music, entertainment, movies, TV, what have you. If I've kind of lived it, or it's kind of gives you an explanation or a hint of who I am or why I am, well, then that's why it's on the channel. I love old-time radio. I love old educational films from school. I love the ones that speak to who I am, So go through the lists of movies that I've uploaded, the educational films, because the Monday movie memory file is like over 600 now, and there's a lot of shit in there to watch. A lot of shit. Tons of shit. And then I'm here to talk about it. A lot of the stuff I haven't seen. So if we talk about it, it's going to be okay. Well, let's not just talk about it. Let's play it. Let's play it on the channel right now live, and then let's get you on Facebook Messenger live to talk with me about it. That's what I want the show to be about. I want people to show up in the morning at 7 or 8 o'clock their time and be ready to discuss whatever it is we're discussing that day. That would be a great talk show. I'd like to get regular guests that come on, hook up with me on Messenger, and go live on the channel with me, and we talk about stuff, and I can get them to just pour out all of the information in their heads. There's an individual that comes on and leaves some great comments about the old-time radio shows. I would love from the sidelines to come on and just unload about a particular series, or episode or whatever. Let's talk Nero Wolf. Let's talk about some escape, because there's a lot going on in there, up here, out there. Yeah, it'd be great. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that on Thursdays we can talk about 8 tracks or LPs, and actually talk about the players and the recorders and the different types, and just go into it, fully into it. Totally fully into it, Yeah, because I'm gonna be hooking this little cubby hole up, this little room, with the camera angles and the surface space and the camera coming down, looking into what I'm doing. That's all going to be set up here in the next several weeks, so that when I come back, each day is going to be something a little bit different. I'll go through my storeroom of history here, and I will have boxes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday boxes, tubs, whatever, and I will fill each one of those boxes with that morning's show, right? I'll gather the items, put them into the box, write some information, do some research, collect some data, find some video, or create some video, photographs, whatnot, and then go live on that day's show with that material and have a better show with multiple camera angles, multiple props, media, the works. And hopefully at some point get people to come on the show with me and discuss these things. People who can take their camera around and show me their 8-track players and their 8-track collection and yada yada yada, right? And then what I'll do is I'll just take photographs and video of the different things that I have around the house that I can't really show you live, and then I can just upload that data and bring it to you live from one of the graphic computers. That's it. So it may be February or March before I come back, just so that I can hone in each day and get it manageable and have things planned out ahead of time, so that, like I'm programming the channel for at least 2 months out, I want to have my shows set up so that when I'm done with one show, all of that material gets put away, and I take my list and I say, okay, there's that day's show, here's the next day's show. And then I go and I gather that material for that day, put it in the box, gather up the different resources and materials that I need to create that episode. And then when that episode day is done, I have the episode for the following week in the box, so to speak. This episode's in the can, the next episode is in the box. Then I move this box from one stack to another. Then it gets stacked up, and then I just reverse the stack back over to here, and I start with Monday again. And that's it, baby. And I think that's going to be fun. And I may do a longer show. I may change my hours. It's all going to depend on my daughter's school schedule, really. My schedule is going to have to work around whatever her school schedule is. If she needs me to get up and take her to the campus and stay there half the day with her while she does her classes and then bring her home, so be it. I won't be going live from there, but I will be coming home, and it may mean that my live shows will be limited to only a couple of days a week, where my mornings aren't mornings anymore. They aren't 5 days a week. And I won't go 5 days a week with my shows until summertime. Summertime will probably be my biggest production period because I live in the desert and I hate going outside in the summer. I would rather stay in here under the air conditioner working on my shit here. So, depending on what my daughter's school schedule is, I think she's got 4 days a week. I don't know what her commuter friend has for a schedule. So we're going to have to get into that. And then I can plan my live channel schedule around that. I don't want to have stuff going on live every day where it's interrupted by dogs or people getting ready to leave. So I want to have my live show. This kind of stuff is fine. If I'm just doing, if it's this part of the show every day that has those interruptions, that's fine because that's what this show is about, reality. When I do my live Totally Television Tuesday portion of my Tuesday morning show, that part of the show will happen during whatever time of the day where there's no one around and I can get my 2 or 3 hours video time live with no interruptions, you know, other than the occasional dog barking and freaking out because they hear something. But I think by then I'm going to have doggy doors, so doggies will just get up and run out of the house screaming, and I won't have to deal with doors. And try to get it so that whatever the day is and whatever the household schedule is, my morning show happens, and then whatever happens throughout the day is going to dictate when I come back with that particular day's themed show. Totally Television Tuesdays may happen prime time at 8 o'clock at night on Tuesdays and be a 2-hour show talking about television. We're going to talk about this show, we're going to talk about this actor, we're going to talk about the writers on the show, we're going to look at photographs and behind the scenes stuff, we'll look at interviews and that kind of stuff. And then what I'd like to do is be able to plan every weekly video time machine to correspond with whatever we've done during the week. If we've had this actor on Tuesday and we've talked about them, let's see something from them on the video time machine. What did we do on Monday? We talked about movies. We talked about this movie. Let's see one of those trailers. On Thursday, we talked about movie projectors. Let's see a commercial or some advertisement about those projectors, right? Let's have everything kind of tie together so that by the time we see the show on Friday night at 8 o'clock, it actually is kind of a wrap-up of the week, right? So that will be season 2 of Video Time Machine, where it's more honed into what's going on. Now, this is going to take a lot of planning and organizing, which means lists and calendars and every day having required tasks to get done. So if my daughter's schedule says you can't do it on this day, it has to be reflected in the channel, right? That we're only doing, you know, this season we're only going to do Television Tuesday and Throwback Thursday, because those are the days I have available where I'm not doing something, or I can only do Fridays, right? And that's all I get, because I'm gone all during the week being a driver, you know. And if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. I can dig it. It's going to be easy for me to plan and execute uploading regular programming, right? Old-time radio shows and educational films. That's going to be pretty easy. I can do that in a couple of hours a day at my leisure, in my own little spare time. Live stuff is going to take a lot of planning to execute something, to go live for 2 hours on one day. I'm going to require at least a day's worth of planning for the first one. And then I can hone that down to a couple of hours of planning the show and getting everything I need for that, making a file, dropping that there, making a box, putting everything in the box. And then the show kind of writes itself as I start the show and we discuss what it is we're discussing. And I may write some copy, I may not. I may just write some notes so that I hit on some key points, right? And try to keep it real, try to keep it organic. I don't like a fussy, text organized, perfectly created show. That's not me. I like to keep it real. Just listening for a dog somewhere, maybe in there. I hope not. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to start that planning pretty soon because I'm going to need to get my daughter's schedule, and then I'm going to need to get my schedule and calendar and start planning everything out before February, because I'm shooting for early February to start with new programming, and I'll probably start off a little piece at a time. This week we're gonna start this show, and we'll run this show for a week, and then the following week we're gonna add a show, and it'll just be a one-day thing. We'll add that day, and then we'll come back, and then a couple of days we'll do that day, and then a couple of days later we'll do that day, and then we'll see how that works out. We'll maybe run with that for a couple of weeks, and then think about dropping in another show on another day, depending on my schedule. And that'll be fun. Trying to work all of that out so that what I'd like to do is by the summertime have a full schedule set up so that I'm only taking 1 week off in August, in the mid-August, to do the reunion, right? So if I get everything set up, and then what I'll do is I'll just set up a show in, mid-August, maybe put together a best of show to air, a best of Mondays, a best of Tuesdays, a best of Wednesdays, that kind of a thing. And then each day when there's supposed to be a show, just upload that show premieres live. Sure, I could do that. I may just go on hiatus for a week while I'm doing my reunion thing. I may be dead. Who knows what's gonna transpire in 8 months, right? Because that's about when it is. It's a little over 8 months away. And I've kind of been holding back on pushing the shirts, mainly because I'm going to have all the teeth yanked out of my head, and I don't want to have to do a back and forth with people for a while, right? So what I might do is put together a shirt commercial asking for people's help, and advertising shirts and new shirts. Here are the shirts that we have. Here are the upcoming shirt, ideas. I won't show any, even though I've got the graphics, I don't want to show any graphics until, we get the shirts out there, because they may change a little bit, and I don't have any t-shirt colors planned out yet, at least not perfectly. I've got an idea of what I want the shirts to be. If I actually get donors who want those particular shirts that haven't been created yet, but they see that I'm going to have them in these colors, then I'm going to do those colors. Yeah. So I've been juggling a few balls, wearing a few hats, trying to get my YouTube channel going on a couple of different fronts, while trying to deal with the reunion stuff as well as t-shirt stuff, which is kind of a completely different animal. While they're tied together, they're really different. Yeah. It's hard. It's rough. It is rough. I don't control my days most of the time. Usually my pain controls the days. And I have to go wherever my pain tells me to go. If my pain says, you can go to work, but you're going to be fucked, well, then I go to work and I'm fucked. And then if my pain allows me to, stay awake and function and do stuff, I do that. If it says you better go to bed, then I just go to bed. Also, my insomnia has gotten wonky and has turned into almost a narcolepsy, right? It's like I'm wired, and then all of a sudden, some days I just cannot stay awake. I just cannot stay awake. Probably has a lot to do with the amount of marijuana I smoke. But there are probably other extenuating circumstances in my case. Yeah. Well, I haven't been really getting any response from my friend who wants to do a video, but I see that he's really been into the whole music scene, so I haven't really wanted to call and pressure him, other than send an occasional message that says, hey, I'm still available to do this. I just need stuff to work with. So I'm just kind of in limbo with that. Just kind of in limbo with that. I really want to kind of get my music video chops going, right? And that would really help if I could work with one person and do 4 unique individual music videos that almost, or do kind of tell a story and tie in together. You know, that would be fantastic to be able to pull something like that off. Not only that, but it would allow me the confidence to then move on to somebody else and other music and other videos, right? We did this first one. We're doing this first one with just phone cameras, right? That's it. Because we just need video. I'm going to alter the video anyway, and we just need video and photographs, right? So at some point I'll probably play the music over here and sit over here and edit and just put this on a loop and just let it play over and over and over again while I sit there with the data that I have and try to move it around and come up with a portion of the music video, right? Okay, look, here are these elements. And if you stack these elements in a row and listen to them right here, this is what we get, right? So that's kind of what I'm shooting for at this point, is to find out if I have enough stuff, enough video and photographs to put together some portion of the idea of the video that I have in mind for this, right? I don't know. I mean, I was kind of hoping that he would take that prop around with him everywhere and at any given time just set it down and get a shot. Pick it up, hold it, do something with it, put it someplace, give some unique, positioning, and get a good chunk of video or photographs or something I can use, right? Because it's not one of those videos where you have to have specific shots. It's kind of a loosely flowing idea, right? And I wanted to do that first so that we could get to know the whole process of he and I putting a thing together. And his schedule with work is hectic. His schedule with music is hectic. His schedule with family is probably crazy because he's really active and likes to go out and do a lot of physical stuff, right? I remember those days. So he's just a busy guy. He's just a busy guy, and I'm not going to slow him down. I'm an old, slow guy. He comes over here, and he's sitting down, and we're talking, right? And it's half and half. We sit over here, we talk, we bullshit, and then we go out and we try to actually do something running around. But, you know, I got to keep up with him. And that's rough on me. So I have good days and bad days. I'd like to take a good day and go out and do something. And get the rest of this video shot. Because whatever he gives me, I only need, past whatever he gives me, I'm only going to need, I have the idea, all I'm going to need now is a beginning and an end, right? And if he doesn't give me that in the video and photographs that he is doing, then we'll just have to create that, and then I can take all of it down and put it into their molds and create the little pieces of the video. Yep. So I've got a little bit to show him, and what I want to do is I want to take that little bit and add some more, stack some more elements in there, and come up with a middle part of the video. Find the music, find the place in the music for this particular chunk of video, and then take a look. Here's what we got so far, but we need to fill it in here, we need to fill it in there, and here and there, and we need to add a beginning and an end, and that's it, and we're ready to go. So what do we got here? Music video. And then I'd like to do a music video where we use an old TV camera, like old school studio style TV camera, the big giant fucker, right? We're going to talk about those on a Throwback Thursday, because that'll be the day where we really get into all of that stuff. Flashback is where Flashback Fridays is when we're going to look at my past, people, places, things from my past. Thursdays is Throwback Thursday, where we're going to look back at some of the things that we used to have in our house, right? At any given moment, we would have a Simon game, electronic game. Boop, 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 boop. Right? And we'll deal with that, and we'll play with that, and we'll fuck with it. Look at schematics, look at old commercials and advertisements, and talk to people who used to play it. Look at tournaments and whatnot. Just go hog wild with one particular thing. Right? So that'll be cool. Totally cool. But I need to get into working on this music video. So I think between the video time machine and boy, I'm just gonna have to start over again with this. We're gonna have to do a video time machine. Hold on to the pen. The VTM. Donation help. Music video elements. OTR. Shows. I've got a list of shows I need to work on for the channel. Programming. There we go. All right, well, there we go. There it is. We got a schedule for today. What day is it, right? Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Yeah, okay. Good old Wednesday. So I got to get that video time. I have got to get that video time machine together and uploaded by tomorrow. Which means I have to spend today, this morning, gathering a few elements to create a show. I think I've actually been stacking elements into files. So I'll see how far out I've got my files. And it's on this computer here, the live computer. So I need to wait until I'm not live to fuck with it. But we'll see what I've got so far. And I usually like to stick with, this season, I stick with very similar shows. Right now I'm doing a music video from the 30s or 40s. I'm doing some kind of short educational film. I'm doing commercials, old nostalgic commercials. Now I've added commercials from Japan and Australia. So I'm doing foreign commercials as well. Because those used to trip me out, seeing ads for stuff in other countries and other languages. I used to get off on that. And back in the 80s, you could get a big giant satellite dish in your yard that you could get broadcasts from all over the world, right? So that was a thing. Yeah. So I'm doing commercials, and then I'm doing movie trailers. I always do a Felix the Cat cartoon so far this season. And some more music video. I'd like to try to find some television, a segment of television that I can throw in there. Last week I did 60 minutes, 15-minute segment from the 80s about the swine flu epidemic in the 70s, and that one was pretty heavy. So I'm going to try to find more of that kind of stuff, some stuff from MTV, or I did an episode where I had the video. It was a music video TV show. It was an hour-long show where the hosts just brought you music videos, right? And the hosts were the MTV DJs, or not the MTV DJs, the KMET DJs. Cynthia Fox, I think, was the host. Or was it Mary Turner? I don't remember. I think it was Cynthia Fox. Yeah, but it was neat to see that. So I need to try to bring more of that. And since my video time machines aren't super popular, I will be recycling elements from other shows, right? Take a show that wasn't real popular, make it private so that it can't be viewed anymore, and then take the elements from that show and add different elements to it and create a new show, because I've got a new audience, right? And so it's gonna be pretty neat, actually. What's really neat is that I've had nobody actually here this morning watching, and that's kind of neat. It's kind of been a casual morning here for me. I got dogs. I got a dog in a bed and a dog in a chair. Boy, are my dogs tired. Totally. And I'm just having fun sitting here, you know. Once again, I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy that I woke up this morning. Woke up in pain, but happy to be in pain. I'll take it. If that's what I get, I'll take it. Right? I had such a blast with my daughter over the weekend. It was such a great daddy-daughter weekend. And what's really neat is a daddy put it on, right? He put the whole weekend together, and he had his kids there and his girlfriend. I keep saying wife, but you know, a lot of people just don't do that anymore. Because what's the point, right? It's just a piece of paper. I mean, shit, if it works for Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, why not? Who am I to say that everybody should get married? You know, I'm just old-fashioned. You know, I'm old-fashioned. I found somebody who I knew I was going to stay with for the rest of my life, and it was just like, okay, that's an easy call. Getting married, that's an easy call. You know. So with some people, it's like, nah, not getting married is an easy call. But this, you know, Pete Wentz put on such a great, fantastic weekend with the tennis on Saturday, the Invitational, and you know, everybody getting tennis lessons and getting to hang out and play with Pete and watch Pete play, and the giveaways and the fun stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. There was a lot of people there and a lot of stuff given away, and everybody got a shirt, and that was really cool. He paid for it all himself. He had some of the band who we saw later on on Monday night. My daughter informs me that on Saturday the drummer for Paramore was there playing, and that was pretty cool. So Monday night, why do I say Tuesday night? Monday night, we drove back out to Los Angeles and went to Hollywood to the a place called El Cid, a flamenco restaurant place that turned into a club after hours, and that was super fun. And Pete was there again and was doing a raffle, and had his family there again, and he was promoting 3 bands that are on his label, and it was just fantastic. And I got to meet each one of the acts, each one of the bands I got to meet. Right? The artists were awesome. They were cool. And my daughter had a blast, and she got to meet people and get photos and hang out and have a good time. And as hard as it was physically to want to go out and do it, and then as hard as it is physically now afterward to recuperate from it, I would go out and do it again in a heartbeat. Yeah. I would procrastinate and whine and bitch and snivel, but once I get out there, I'm having a fucking ball. And the fact that we could reserve a booth was bitchin'. That was pretty cool. It was just super friendly. It was a really safe environment, you know. So, and it was the producer of all of this, you know. It was Pete who did all of this, gave it such a good vibe, right, overall, that it was just fun for everybody of all ages. I wasn't the only oldest guy there. There were a lot of people my age and older, and it was very cool. Very, very cool. Bitchin', in fact. Yeah, I had a ball. So because of that, I'm kind of anxious for the next Pete Wentz event, you know, or who else from Fall Out Boy is going to do a thing like that? Because it would be neat if my daughter got to meet everybody from Fall Out Boy at some point, right? That would be one of my bucket list things would be to make that happen for her. You know, if she sets it up to go to a place, I'm going to do my best to try to finagle her a shot at getting a selfie or at least a hug from somebody, right? Something. Yeah. So there's one of my bucket list items there, would be to try to get my daughter to be able to meet everybody from Fall Out Boy. That's it, right there. Because that's her favorite band of all time is Fall Out Boy. Between she and I, our favorite band is ELO. But between her and me, between me and her, it's ELO. Between she and I, it's Fall Out Boy. Her favorite that I love, and we love together, just happens to be her favorite, it's Fall Out Boy. And with me, my favorite is ELO, and it just happens to be her favorite of my music. So it's really cool. And I'm never going to get to meet Jeff Lynne, but it's obviously possible that she could meet all of these guys at some point. Obviously. She's already met one. So, 1 out of 4. She got 3 more to go. How could I make that happen? I don't know, baby. Why not? It's a goal. If I could use this YouTube stuff to make that happen, I want that to happen. I know, I'm just a crusty old guy who sits here and smokes pot. That doesn't make me a bad person. It just makes me who I am. When it comes time for you to die gracefully, I'll let you do it your way if you let me do mine my way. That's it. This is the way I go out. That's the way you go out. I mean, we all go out differently, right? I don't want to go out with cold coffee. But I don't want to go out in pain, being eviscerated and cut open and vivisected and all of that. So I'm just going to go out my way. I'm going to heat up my coffee, though. I'll be right back. All right? I'll stay with you. I'm still here. Yep. I mean, everybody's different, right? Everybody kind of does what they do. Some people do things and they don't like what they've done and they change. Other people do things and they don't like what they do, but they just do it anyway. Maybe they do stuff that no people like, but they like. I mean, as long as we're not hurting anyone, right? I think everybody should pretty much be able to do whatever they want to do to themselves, right? I know it sounds kind of weird and it sounds kind of harsh to some people. Some people who like to, worry about other people more than they should, right? Yeah, we should love and take care of each other to the extent that people want to be loved and taken care of. Some people, they don't want to be taken care of. Some people want to take care of themselves and they want to do it their own friggin' way. And sometimes it goes against the wishes or the ways of others, and it bugs them. It bugs those others. But that's the other people's problem, right? We shouldn't have to change or be different or not do the things that we want to do to ourselves because it bothers somebody else, right? I'm not into tattoos and piercings. I'm not going to tell people don't do that. I'm not going to try to get out and have petitions signed and laws created to keep people from tattoos and piercings. Fuck no. because tattoos are painful and they cause infections and they do all these things and you could get AIDS and whatever other bullshit reasons they want to give you because they're not to get that's just they're not going to control you. It's even if they outlaw it, people are still going to get fucking tattoos and piercings, right? But it's so accepted now, right? So, how can they control it? They're going to find some bureaucracy to control it, but they're not going to stop it now. So if that's accepted, there's a lot of stuff that should just be accepted, right? Because I'm not going out, people aren't coming and forcing me to get tattoos, right? It's not mandatory that I get pierced and tattooed. So therefore, what the big fucking deal is? It's for people who want piercings and tattoos, right? I believe that it's the same thing for a lot of things, drugs, right? If people are doing the drugs themselves, what's the issue, right? That's their choice. They find pleasure in that. They, seek a hiding place in that. Whatever reason they have for doing whatever drug. I smoke marijuana for depression, anxiety, pleasure, pain, all kinds of reasons, right? No, it doesn't give me pain. It takes pain away. Should I be harassed for that? No. I know it's bad for me. Am I going to force others to smoke? Hell no, it's bad. It's bad for you. Don't smoke. Don't smoke, kids. It's bad for you. But even harsh, it's harsh to say suicide. If you can practice your religion your way, shouldn't you be able to off yourself if you want? You're not going to want to do it around anyone. You're not going to want to do it violently. You're not going to, take others with you. But if you decide that you're just done and you want to check out, whose fucking right is it to tell you not to, right? I know that sounds harsh, but look at it realistically, right? If you don't want somebody to off themselves, right, that really is about you. It's not about them, right? You have to try to seek to understand what reasons they have for doing that. And then sure, try to talk them out of it, right? But ultimately it's their fucking decision, right? I don't know. And I think that is not just because of overpopulation, but I think because of that, it is an individual choice. I think it's going to become legal. It is. Suicide, to an extent, is going to become legal. I don't think that we're going to get to like in Futurama where we have suicide booths on every corner where you can just go in and drop a dime and get Harry carried and drop into a furnace. I don't think it's going to be like that. But to some extent, yeah, it will be accepted more and more and more, especially when things get really competitive. When eating is going to be a competition sport. There are going to be so few resources on this planet for human consumption that it's going to be pretty tough to feed yourself. And that's where it's going to be... a lot of people are going to be making that choice, to off themselves. And then you're going to have family leaders, dads, that are just going to decide, yep, I'm offing the whole family because it's best for us. And what about the people in that family who don't want to be offed, want to maybe have a chance to survive, right? But, the leader of the family's just made a decision for himself because that's how he feels about it, right? But he's going to bring everybody in. I think that would be wrong, right? That would be cult-like, to force your family to die with you because it's a struggle for you, right? Somebody else in your family may want that struggle, that chance, that opportunity, even if it hurts, even if it's difficult, right? So same thing with suicide. It's just outright suicide. Some people are struggling and they don't want to struggle anymore. They don't want to be there anymore, and nobody helps them. So you get to a point where you're just like, what the fuck is the purpose anymore of being around, And that's sad, but it's real. And I think to force people to live because it offends others' sensibilities, that's wrong too, right? So how do you fix it? How do you... People want to commit suicide. Okay, get in line and do it legally, right? And they're going to create a whole bureaucracy around legal suicide. You know, okay, fill out these papers, get in line, talk to these doctors, talk to these shrinks, go through the programs. If you get to the end of the programs and you're certified and it's okay for you to die, then we'll give you some injection and you can peacefully die. And that's the way it's going to fucking be. And it's going to be like that for a while, right? Until it's so difficult to survive that they're just going to drive through the streets with trucks and go door to door and pick up the latest victims of self-termination. Yes, sirree, Baba Rooney. I'm writing it. I'm writing it here. Hear me now and forget about it later. Seriously. That's the way it's going to be. Because I don't see the world getting any better. I see the world gradually getting worse since the 1970s, right? When overpopulation started to rise, over-industrialization started to go crazy, overpollution, the overcapitalization on the natural resources, the lies upon lies telling us that everything is okay, just keep buying shit, don't worry about it. The lack of education all the way around, even in the education system, especially in the education system, the lack of education about the realities of our planet and our existence, right? And I'm not talking about origins and all that shit. I'm talking about what we're doing, what we're doing right now, you know. And we just keep fucking up. We just have humans just have a history of fucking shit up, fucking up the planet, fucking up the animals, fucking up the ecosystem, fucking everything up. That's our legacy. We have a legacy of fucking shit up, and that's sad. That's sad because it's like we were put on this planet to run amok, to just fuck each other over, fuck everything up, fuck up just everything. You know, every living creature on this planet has been touched by humanity in some way. Every species of nature on this planet has been affected by humanity to some degree. And it's never good. It's never good. Things never get better because humans have arrived, right? Never. No matter how you argue it, you cannot say that humans have done good by this planet and its other inhabitants. Because ever since we've been here, we've been killing, raping, pillaging, destroying, maiming, mining, just fucking it up. Just fucking it up. So what does it owe us? What does this planet owe us? Exactly what we're getting. We're going to reap exactly what we've done sown. That's it. Period. The planet is going to fuck us over big. Why? Because we're humans. And we're going to get what we deserve. We fucked this planet over. We raped Mother Nature. Big time. And she's pissed. And she's going to give us the smackdown. Yep. Fucking A. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't claim to understand it or understand how to fix it, right? I just see the writing on the wall. I just see the big picture. The big picture is we're fucked. no matter what the little picture looks like. The little picture is these bullshit electric cars. That's the little picture, all right? The big picture is what we're doing to the planet to create those perfect little cars that are going to save us, right? Look, do the math, do the chemistry, do the science, and then tell me that these electric cars aren't putting a bigger carbon footprint on this fucking planet than those dinosaur vehicles ever did, right? Tell me that. Explain to me how we're doing better by ourselves and by the planet with Teslas and Subarus and hybrids and all that shit. We're not. It's just not working. And it's not worth what we're doing to the environment to try to make it work, to try to make it worth working. It's just not. No. It was a good idea, but it was a horrible execution of a great idea. And now we've got all of these things on the road that that are just poison. Poison to us, poison to the planet, mining the stuff, processing the stuff, refining it, creating it, turning it into usable materials and batteries and shit, and then disposing of it. It's all horrible. Have you ever seen all of that shit and what it does? It's the dog over there. Freaked me out. Yeah, so I don't know where we go from here. All I can think of is to shut everything down. That's it. Shut her down, boys. We've seen in the past, in the recent past, a few years back, when we all had to stay home, right? Because they had us under control. They had us under their thumb. They knew what buttons to push to get us to stay home. And so we stayed home. And we stayed home here for 6 weeks. Didn't go out, didn't do anything. But you look outside during that first couple of weeks, and the sky was so blue, right? Bluer than I'd ever seen it since the 80s. And the earth was actually taking in a deep breath and trying to reboot, right? And that right there shows me that all we have to do is just shut her down. Just shut her down, right? Everybody needs to switch over to solar, and we need to deal with public transportation, and we need to shut everything else down. Stop production of bullshit for a while, right? Because all they're doing is producing landfill bullshit. So stop that for a while. You know? Make sure that we get food. And everybody gets solar power. Everybody. That's what our government should be doing for us. If we're going to use batteries, let's do it wisely. Let's set it up so that every house or every neighborhood has its own supply of battery power. And, pardon me, I have to wake my wife up. I'm going to finish these nuts. Man, that stuff is nutty. So my idea would be to have everybody government assisted. That means the government buys it. Every house, every neighborhood, everybody is set up on a a self-sustaining grid, right, of solar and wind and alternative energy that has nothing to do with fossil fuels, right? And we spend a couple of years getting there. Once we get there, we decide, okay, if you're not able to function without burning fossil fuels, you're just shut down, right? Regardless of what's going on. The government will help you get to that point. But if you just can't get there by then, you're shut down until you get there. And then you can be reactivated. But we give like 5 years. Okay, here's 5 years. Everybody gets their solar stuff. If you want something more than the government stuff, you have the opportunity to buy it. But the government will get your stuff or give you a stipend that helps you to get better stuff if you want. And everybody becomes self-sustaining in energy production. The grid now becomes individuals. And then, from there, we do the same thing with industry and commerce. Everything's self-sustaining. And if you can't get there in 5 years, then you will be helped and you will be assisted and you will be given money to offset you being closed down. But at the same time, you need to get your shit together and get on board with everybody else, because we need to shut down all of the shit that's fucking us over. And if we're going to use batteries, let's use them right. Let's not just half-ass it and go halfway with it. No more hybrid. No more half of the cars on the road are electric, and the cars that are electric that are on the road are being charged by diesel-powered and oil-powered generators. So it needs to go full bore, or not at all. Just shut it fucking down. I gotta go wake up my wife. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, baby. All right, well, she was already awake, so. Hi, Oliver. And I got awake dogs. He's a little Oliver. Hi, Oliver. Yeah, I know, that's my food. Yes. Nope, can't have any of that. No nuts for the nut. No chocolate for the chocolate nut. Totally. Anyways, let's see. Here's my my microphone here. Oh, little Oliver's so cute. Yeah. Anyways. So I gotta go help clean a house today. But I've had plenty of sleep, so I should be okay with that. I'll need to grab some breakfast at some point, but I think what I'm gonna do is this morning before I go is upload 5 old-time radio shows. And then work on making sure that I have enough time gathered up for an hour-long video time machine. I love putting those together. Those are a lot of fun. I think I'm on episode 14 or 15 or something. But those weekly episodes, mostly weekly. Once in a while I miss a week. A lot of fun on a bun. So, what does everyone else like to do today that they used to do in the past? Huh? I think that should be the topic for Thursday's Throwback Thursday. What do you guys do today that you used to do back in the day? What was your favorite thing to do back then that you still do? Gosh, as I load my bong here, it's only obvious what mine is. I have a lot of those things that I used to do back then that I still do today. You know, particular specific movies that I still watch religiously, right? You know, like the movie Earthquake. I've been watching that movie since it was in the theater. I've been, you know, digging it out, dusting it off, and sticking it in the VHS or finding it on TV. Now it's streaming. But that's just a tiny example. It's itsy bitsy. Got to do a Bong Hit. Anyone want to join me? There's nobody there, fool. So that'll be a subtopic. You know, it's like, okay, we're going to do 8 tracks today. And then while we're doing 8 tracks and talking about it, and be like, okay, I'm going to open up this machine. And we're going to talk about what's inside this machine and how it works. And what did you guys used to do? You know, what was your favorite thing to do back then that you still do today? You know, and then that'll be kind of the way the show goes on, and we'll do kind of a 2-pronged discussion, talking about 8 tracks and talking about things that we used to, you know, and then it'll be like, okay, today we're talking about portable FM stereos and cassette players, boom boxes, otherwise known, and where did you guys used to take your boom box? You know, that kind of a thing. So hopefully I can get more of an audience to get more of a back and forth kind of thing. You know, kind of a Mr. Rogers type thing, but more of a talk show, variety show feel, right? And because my schedule is going to vary, I think, and because it's going to be live, I think it's going to vary as far as programming, where it's going to appear on the week, on the day. Where's it going to? What day is, you know, what's its programming going to be? So, and maybe I'll keep every day the same. Just do them at 8 o'clock because that's the time when everybody else is in bed or doing homework or something, right? And that maybe my show will be at an odd hour, or they'll each be at a different time. You know, every week at this time, and then this weekday at this time, and this weekday at this time, and kind of do it like that. And I may utilize weekends because it's the only day where I could, you know, get the time to do something. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see what's what. Hey, Sam, what are you doing? What's going on, Sam? You don't know? Okay. I'm not going to try to eat any more of those nuts while I'm on camera because it's hard to chew those things, and there's just a lot of nuts. I feel like I'm chewing on, but I don't have a whole lot of teeth to chew with, so that might explain it. It might explain it. Yeah. So, I think probably coming up with some kind of what do you call it? The dry erase board, right? Some kind of magnetic dry erase board. And then those little magnetic strips that you can write stuff on and attach them to the, and then create little lines with Sharpie, permanent lines with Sharpie, so that you've got days of the week and times of the day. And then be able to move stuff into each slot and mix stuff around and come up with an old school programming board, just like you'd see like on Mary Tyler Moore. That's cool. So yeah, that and a calendar, a big desk plotter size calendar that I can put on the wall and kind of plan out stuff around the channel, you know, plan out specific days to work on specific projects, and then make that a routine, get used to doing that every week on that day. It's devoted to that project or that type of project or that job, whatever it is, and kind of hone in my schedule so that I don't find myself up till 1 in the morning working on something that I should have been able to get out of the way already, but my day got planned around pain, and I had to reschedule stuff, so I think if I'm able to reschedule stuff enough and work my schedule enough, I should be able to schedule in sleep better and the winding down to get to the sleep. If I'm going to do a show at 8 o'clock, I should be able to get done and wound down by 10 o'clock. The show ends at 9. I should be able to get everything shut down and ready to go into bed by 10 and be asleep by 11 and actually get a good 5 hours sleep. So it's really going to come down to me trying to schedule in my own madness. And it is really kind of a personalized insanity. Just gotta hunker down, take it, take the pain, hunker down. Get into that foxhole and just keep chucking grenades out, right? That's it. I need to have more grenade production time. I need to have more items that I can chuck onto my channel. Sometimes I just can't see outside my foxhole to see what the fuck's going on, right? Why do I have this analogy with the foxholes now? The foxhole analogy. Yeah, crazy old weird bearded guy and the foxhole analogy. Shut up. Yeah, what's a foxhole? Yeah, that's what she said. Touch my foxhole. All right. Did he say that? Can I do that? Yeah. Well, once again, I'm surrounded by things to do and what feels like not enough time to do anything. What I'm going to have to do is it takes about 15 minutes to upload a video over here, 15 minutes to a half an hour-ish. I've got about 5 or 6 videos ready for uploading on this computer. And if I use each upload time for a specific task and keep on that schedule, I should be able to knock out a few things this morning before I get to take off. First is probably going to be put on an upload and get something to eat. And then put on an upload and make sure I have all of my elements for the video time machine. And then do another one. And then accomplish something else in here that's vital. And just work like that until I got to get up and leave. Because that's all I got in me. That's it. All right. Yeah, baby. Here's the wristband that I wore the other night. It says Dos Equis. Cerveza. Yeah. Yeah. Man. Vienna. Anyways, so like I was saying, I've got this music video thing I'm working on, and it's making me crazy. It's making me crazy, man. Crazy, man. So I'll shoot out a message and see if I get a nibble, and maybe I'll be able to get some more stuff. But I think that's going to be on my schedule at some point today, is to try to work on music video. It's one of the 4 things for the studio here that I've got to deal with. Programming, do some music video stuff, try to come up with the materials, elements to create some kind of donation commercial. You know, if you're interested in donating to help and get a shirt, contact me. And to keep it simple, I don't want any algorithms or freaking dollar bots coming after me asking me questions and shit. I don't even think I'll use the word donate or money or anything like that. You know, I'll just use help. Help. If you want to help, contact me. If you want to help and get shirts, contact me. That's it. Nothing big. Actually, half of the people that donate usually donate more because they find it such a great deal because of the shirts. I think it's just got to catch on. It's got to be like a virus. Once people start sneezing on each other, I think the shirts are going to be a big thing. You know, the more people see the shirts, the more response I get. So, yeah. Maybe I will put together some what do you call them? A mock-up of the next 2 shirts. Maybe I'll do mock-ups and add those to the advertisement. You know, coming soon. You know, these are the next, and then coming soon these ones, and then just do like a 6-shirt thing. These are available now, coming soon. You know, up next. And do mock-ups and try to hone in the color that I want to use and the graphic that I want to use, and go for it. just dive in. So that means I'll be working on graphics for 4 shirts to do those mock-ups, to do that advertisement. But I think that'll make a better advertisement if I do 6 shirts. Get people's juices flowing, right?
Yeah, baby.
Did he say juices?
The juice.
The juice is dead. The juice.
I've actually seen a couple of O.J. Simpson movies recently. There was one where these guys were mercenaries, I think. And this guy was a mercenary, and he had to bring his buddy along who was, a SEAL or something. And it happened to be the Juice. I don't even want to say his name. Everybody knows who remembers the Juice knows who I'm talking about, the Juice. But he, of course, in the 90s, he got into some trouble, and the glove didn't fit. But before he got into trouble, he did a lot of TV and movies. And I'll have to research to find out what that movie was that he was in. It was a bad movie. I don't even remember the movie because it was so bad, and I just saw it like within a month ago.
Yeah, it was bad. It was a bad movie.
But I like bad movies. They're cheesy. Mainly because the cheesier the movie, the more the set is designed with normal stuff, right? Rather than create the interior of a house to look the way they want it to look, they'll go into somebody's house and say, yeah, this looks perfect, let's shoot here. And then you get to see the real stuff in somebody's house, you know, the knickknacks, the stereo, the TV, the real things that somebody would have in their home, as opposed to the things that a set designer, a set dresser wants you to see in a movie or in a TV show. So I like the low budget stuff because the set designer is a guy that walks in and says, yeah, this'll work, you know, and then you get to see cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, low budget movies are cool. Like low budget pornos, the same thing. You're going to see a lot of real stuff in the background as opposed to an overproduced Hollywood, you know, $1 million budget movie where everything is meticulously placed in every scene. Yeah. But nowadays they got to do that, especially if it's like a period piece where they're trying to make you believe that we're in a specific period, in a specific era. Then they have to design that set exactly for each scene so that you get what they're trying to accomplish, you know. And so you can't have anachronisms. You can't have those scenes where you've got a radio that is not supposed to be developed for another 10 years, and you can't have that in the scene, right? So in that respect, you're going to do a period piece, you need a set designer who knows what the fuck they're doing. They need to have good research chops. I got some chops when it comes to research. If I want to do something on the show here, I don't just muck about. I try to find out more about it. Now, when it comes to uploading radio shows and educational films, I don't give you any information about what it is other than the title, where it came from, and the year and the date and that kind of stuff. And then if I gave you all of the information, then eventually when we're doing Old Time Radio Wednesday, what is there to talk about if I give you 3 paragraphs about the program and about that episode and stuff? So I'm hoping that by uploading this stuff with little or no information, at some point when I say, okay, here's your homework, go watch these shows, and then come back and we'll talk about it, and then we'll watch one show during the program, and we'll discuss it, you know, and have those guests on there like from the sidelines, and he's a really cool individual who knows a lot about all of these shows, you know, and it surprises me that he doesn't, or at least I can't see that he has a YouTube channel himself. And I understand because it's a lot of work, and it's it's for nothing. Well, it's self-gratifying really. It's because it's not like I said, it ain't a moneymaker. I don't know that it could be if it were allowed copyright-wise to present all of the stuff on my channel and be able to monetize it. I don't think that it would even make any money, really. None to really write home about. So I'm hoping that the original content that I have created, and then am going to create over the next year, I'm hoping that that stuff there I can take and move over to a second channel and monetize that one with just original content. If I'm going to have a theme, I've got to have a theme that doesn't have a copyright on it so that I can have it over on that channel, right? If I'm going to use do-wacka-do, I'm going to have to do-wacka-do it myself so that I can use that song, and then I can have it as my theme. That being said, coming up with a channel that I can actually monetize is a real hard puzzle to put together. I don't know how to take all of these elements, make them copyright infringement free, and make them worth somebody watching, let alone adding commercials to, right? Everything on my channel now, you can watch everything back to back to back to back, watch a whole playlist and not watch one commercial, because nothing's monetized. And I like it that way so that everything's commercial free. The only commercials you see are the commercials that I inject into a program. So that gives it more of a retro feel. So it's real easy to sit and just push a playlist and watch 100 items and not have anything from the now stuffed up in your face real quick, And that's what I get out of the monetized channels, is all of you trying to do something that gives an overall feeling of being in the past, some kind of time travel, and then all of a sudden you're looking at some douchebag trying to sell you some product that's just going to wind up in the landfill in a year, right? So yeah, in that respect, it's easy to say, no, don't monetize this fucking channel, because geez, you watch the history guy and all of a sudden you got to talk about the patriots, and if you're a patriot and you want to do this, then you got to buy these solar panels and these battery packs, and be sure to buy our food, because our food lasts for 20 years in the can. So be a patriot. That if them Chineses attacks us, we's going to be in trouble, so get your patriot stuff. It's like, are you kidding me? I don't want to watch this garbage. I just want to watch the damn history guy. And I can't even watch his show anymore because everything is so structured. I can't watch those shows that are structured. You know exactly what to expect. It's different, but it's always the same. Let's have the history guy talk to us if he's going to talk to us about a ship, let's have him be out on a ship. You can go into anywhere nowadays and drive an hour and be on a ship somewhere on the coast, like go drive down to San Diego and you can get on the Star of India, that big sailing ship, that big sailing vessel. That's fun. Do a show from there. If you're going to talk about the military, go to a military base, or go to a pub where a bunch of military guys hang out, and invest a little more into your show. Because right now he's getting stale. He's always in the same place, the same stuff around him, as I'm doing the same thing here. It's a history guy. Get out and do some history. Go somewhere. What is he, a college professor and he can't leave? I don't know. Who am I to say how's he supposed to run his fucking show, man? But it's everybody jumps on that commercialized bandwagon where they get a sponsor, and then they've got to do their sponsor stuff during the show, and they've got all their commercials are about their whatever sponsor they have. You know, that becomes a little tedious. Who did that? What was that? Frecklefish or whatever that thing was. That guy. The Y-Files, right? That show became commercialized big time. I'm sure that's where he was going, right? He was making the effort to get popular enough so that he could become commercialized and actually get sponsors and make money, you know. That sounds like a lot of work, and it sounds like it takes all of the fun out of it, right? Now, all of a sudden, you have to put out, you have to perform. You used to do it on your schedule, now you're on somebody else's schedule, and they got things that you can't do, things that you can't say. You know, you're beholden to somebody else's rules and regulations because you got a sponsor now, and they're backing you, and they're, you know, they don't want you to look bad. I don't get it, you know. But then again, I do get it. It's all about the Benjamins, the money. What have you done for me lately? Says the sponsor. I don't know, baby. I just don't know. If I was going to have a sponsors, they would let me do whatever the fuck I wanted, and they would be some kind of coffee sponsor and some kind of marijuana sponsor, right? Somebody who sells records and tapes, you know, that kind of shit. Those would be my sponsors, and they would be people who just let me do whatever the fuck I want to do, because they get it, right? Because they understand what I'm doing. And then I could probably put out specific content for them, right? Like if they want to sponsor a show, well, what do you want to see on the show? I'm going to talk about this or that or this or that. Write up a season of ideas, and okay, this show is going to be about this, and the next show is going to be about that. And then just do my stupid, silly little shows. And have sponsors. But to have somebody there telling you what to do and making you work on their schedule, I don't think I could do that. I did that already. It's called work. It's called being a slave. No. Am I a slave to this schedule? No, I enjoy this schedule. I like getting up early in the morning and sitting by myself and in the quiet and talking to myself, drinking coffee, smoking weed, you know, getting all the shit out of my head so that, you know, I'm not getting it out all day long at somebody else. And I like keeping like a daily log for posterity, you know, what's been going on every day in my life, the family and friends and all of that. It's great therapy. It's great therapy. I used to be crazy. Now I'm just crazy. It's great. It's great. I think today is going to be a complete solo act. Because I've been pretty much alone all morning. You know? Pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, you go. Okay, well, here looks like are some great videos by Vienna. We got Beauty Queen. Everything's fine. Wonderland. A music video from a month ago here, somewhere. And there is Vienna's channel. Okay, looks like some cool music videos. Well, I'm gonna get into that today. That'll be cool. Pump that shit through my stereo. Alright, I'm taking a break for a second. I'll be back in a minute. Don't nobody go nowhere. Okay, I'm back, baby. I'm back. I was just poking while I was waiting for my wife to get her stuff together and get on the road. I was checking out Vienna's YouTube channel, and all the music is there, which is great. I have the CD, Wonderland, so I'm going to be checking that out. But I'm real excited to watch the music videos. And now I have a way to say hello. So I subscribed. And now I'm going to leave a comment. Right. Adios, baby. Love you. Bye-bye. Are we still there? I am. I'm just finishing off a message to Vienna on the channel. There we go. Gotta remember what it is I'm doing here. How do I write? Yeah, I think that'll work. Have to add my usual emojis. I got to do my emojis. Where's me emoji? What? There's one. There's one emoji. Alright, and it always taps out two for some reason. Let me backspace it. Do another emoji. Where am I? Here we go. And that's another two emojis tapped out. I don't know why. Erase one. And yeah. There we go. And there's that. I have said hello. Well, let's see how that goes then. Oh, that's right, I'm out of coffee, but I ain't out of weed. So I'll do a little bit more of that, and then it looks like I got a little less than 20 minutes to go before I'm out of here for this morning, and on to my tasks for the day. Looks like my wife's going to come pick me up at around noonish, and we're going to go clean a house, and then we're going to go get the last couple of things we need to install a ceiling light in our bedroom. Now that I've done the ceiling light in the living room here, I'm going to do that, and then we should have enough wire left over from that I'll just need to buy a fluorescent track light and a little bit of that wire concealer plastic stuff and a switch, and do another light in another part of the house. I think once that the lighting done is done in that part of the house there, I think I really am going to consider working on this divider / support wall that I want to put in here to kind of strengthen the ceiling, because they pulled a bunch of walls out of here, and now the ceiling just sags a little bit with the weight of other stuff pulling on it. So I want to kind of address that, and while doing that, I can also address the fact that I've got ductwork to hide, cabinets to install, countertop to install in there, so that I can kind of go and create kind of a temporary kitchen on one side of the house, so the other side of the house we can kind of demolish and redevelop a new kitchen. So that'll be fun. So I think I want to try to take on some of those tasks, because I like to do projects, and if I can go from one to the next, it's not so hard to get started and get finished. I'm going in, cover me. Yeah, baby. All right. So let's see. Yeah, first off this morning, I think I am going to start up and upload and grab something to eat. I'm not sure what. I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. I have an English muffin and an egg. Maybe I could put together a little egg muffin sandwich or something. Or should I have bread and save that for my daughter? Yeah, because if I tell her that's what I had, then that's what she's going to want me to make for her. So I'll tell her that's what I was going to have, and then I'll make that for her. And then I'll just have a little, I'll do the same thing, but just do it on a little piece of bread. Little egg sandwich. Little egg sandwich. I don't have egg sandwiches all the time, so that'll be something different. Let's see, and then I'm going to get into trying to gather the elements for my latest video time machine coming up on Friday. I don't know where we're going, but we're going somewhere in time. I'll have to pick some trailers that I haven't used, some other elements, and what I'm trying to do is put together a file of stuff to use, and whatever I don't use, then I'll try to bump over to the next upcoming episodes, which makes it a little easier to gather up elements for a show. But like I said, there's, I need like 2 music videos from the past, like way in the past, like the 30s and 40s, that kind of shit. I need an educational film that's not too long, or something that's a little weird, a little out there. A Felix the Cat cartoon, commercials from the past, movie trailers from the past, and some kind of goodbye, good night element now that I've kind of added that. So I'm going to do something like that. Something like that there. So we'll see how this next episode is going to turn out. But I need to get that done and in the can by Thursday, no later than Thursday. So if I have to edit anything out, I can do that and re-upload. Unless I can just do a little quick thing on YouTube edit. I usually prefer to delete it and re-upload an edited version. So that's cool, man. That's totally cool. Oh, man. I got the burps. That just means I'm hungry. That's it. I'm getting a little gassy. So I need to definitely get into the chow line and do some mac down. And at some point today when I get home, I need to reschedule. Believe it or not, I need to reschedule my dentist because we're working that day. We've got too much going on. All of a sudden, we've got, too many houses that have to be done that day. So, once again, I have to call the dentist and reluctantly, begrudgingly reschedule for later that day or for as soon as possible after that we're not busy. So I'll have to go look at the calendar and make that happen. Because I'm sick of waiting. I want to get this over with so that I can get back to what I have to do here, right? And I want to make some connections and do some things and get some things going on with people, but I've been putting that off because of my whole teeth thing. I want to get that done and move on from that, and then hoping that I will have a new confidence in myself not having horrible teeth, right? Because I just have horrible teeth. And it is a bummer. And, 50-some years of chronic depression has really taken its toll on pretty much all of me physically. My teeth, my health. Look at my hairline, man. My sleeping habits. Yeah. It ain't good. It ain't good. Of course, every time I do these things with my daughter, I always think that it's going to screw me up. But when I do, I actually sleep. I get long amounts of sleep after I do these things with my daughter. It's a big time pick-me-up, makes me feel really good. So I dread doing these things physically, but they wind up benefiting me more. Makes me want to get out and do more. We did something on Saturday and then right back out again on Monday. And went out again. And these aren't easy trips. These are drives out to L.A. These are from Joshua Tree to L.A. So it's quite the drive. It is quite the drive, quite the excursion, a lot of freeway time. Yeah. It is a big thing to go out and do this stuff. So, I'm finding that it's so worth it, not just to be with my daughter, but it's worth it physically. It makes me want to get out and do more. So I'm getting over the summertime blues, and I think I'm going to be able to get out and do a little bit more. I'm hoping that I get to go out to a couple of more shows in Hollywood and see some more of these kids do what they do, because it was well worth it. And I'm hoping that after I get my teeth thing done, that I'll be able to go out and feel more comfortable getting involved with people and trying to do actual videos, hone my humor a little bit, come up with some dialogue so that when I'm confronted with these people, I'm not just, right on, man, you're the coolest, you're awesome, you're bitching, because that's, it's nice and all, but there's got to be a little bit more to that, because they give me a whole lot more, right? So there you go. There's that. But I'm super excited that I found Vienna on YouTube. Totally. So I'll be hooking up the old CD player to my laptop here and piping it into my stereo, as well as piping in movies and music and stuff into my stereo. And I'm going to fill my house full of sound and images, and I'm going to try to do what I do here. I'm going to take this TV behind me with my face on it, and I am going to pop a movie on the VCR there, and I've got to drag out a Betamax and set it in there somewhere so that I can watch some more tapes, because not only do I have VHS, but I've got some Betamax. Eventually I'll have to get a laser disc player so I can play some laser discs that I have. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe it. I found Vienna Vienna on YouTube, mainly because I looked. And, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about new music and new people, you know, new things. It's my daughter's fault. Culpa de mi niña. Awesome stuff. She has no fault. Not really. She's got it going on. She's got it going on. I'm hoping to get her out here soon to sit with me and do some recording stuff. I need to get some stuff recorded. I need to get some pictures made. So what I'll probably do is get her to sit in my spot here, or sit on the couch and be on her computer and create some stuff for me while playing music from Spotify through my stereo so I can record it on reel, right? And then I'm going to take those reels and put some custom labels on the covers, the cases that I bought, and create a fan recording of someone's music and give it to them. So I've got what do we got here? I've got these reel-to-reels, brand new, still in the plastic, and then I've got these cases, these hard cases, brand new, still in the plastic, right? So I'm going to take 5. What do we got here? 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got those 5 there that are probably the right 5 to use. I'm going to take those and create actual reels of 2 albums on each reel from CD. Put them on here, and was this one open? This one's actually open. And actually, that's what I opened this one. And actually record them onto reel and give them to the artist as a gift. Here's your stuff on reel. I really want to do that, and I'm hoping I can pull that off. It's kind of weird to do it new stuff to old school. I'm hoping that it doesn't go through any weird processors that cause it to go wonky when I try to record it, because sometimes they have those deals that keep you from making a recording of it. The anti-pirating software stuff. So, and I don't want it for myself. I want it to give to the artist as like a token of my appreciation for, my gosh, just being alive, because the guy kicks ass. So I want to do that. I want to get that done. Maybe I'll do the same thing for Vienna Vienna, only do it on VHS and give him a VHS tape of his stuff and a VHS player. That'd be kind of cool, right? I'd be the weird guy that gives you weird vintage stuff. So there you go. I just, all of a sudden, I drifted off into my own world again. I was gone. I wasn't here. I was someplace else, man. Is that dementia? Is that what that is? Is that what I got going on? I look really short in the TV back there. Hey, I'm a little short guy. Hi, how's it going? Hey, I'm just hanging around down here. Hey, can I get some help down here? Hello, hello. Knock, 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 knock. Hello. I better come in. There we are. Just zoom in a little bit, people. So it's about time to go. It's about time to say adios for the day, because I got shit to do now. I'm gonna have to go by my list here, because if I don't, I'm gonna screw something up. So I better put my list over here on this table and start working on it right away this morning. There we go. Oh, come on. Stick, 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 stick. I won't stay down. Won't stay down. Stay down, damn it. Ah, cheese, ah, cheese, ah, cheese. Ah, cheese, ah, cheese. There, that's a little better. Okay, so I guess it's time to wrap it up. I'll take it. Wrap it up. Don't fake it. I'll get chigga chow chow. Biggity biggity bow bow. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, let me see. Thank you for being here today, even though I wasn't. Or was I? Was this really me? Was I live or recording? I don't know. Sometimes I just don't fucking know. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow morning, because this is what I do in the mornings. 5 days a week, I sit here and go blah, 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 blah. At some point, I'm going to need somebody to talk to other than my dogs. They are great company, though. They really are. All right, people. You know what time it is. It's time to say good day. So I want you all to, let's do what we normally do, okay? Let's get out there in the world and spread peace and love and kindness, not bullshit, all right? No, I'm serious, all right? Be nice to each other. Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else too, because if you don't, what are you doing? You're just being selfish, right? All right, people. Most especially stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. All right, people, I love you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the people around you. Take care of the planet. All right, take care. Adios.